and the Colts have it.
That's important. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose.
And look at the fumble right here, and it's picked up on the bounce, and there he goes.
All right, folks. If you've noticed the last 2 weeks, I've had winning weeks with a beer in my hand, sick or healthy. Let's make it 3 for 3 with the winners. We're back again, Dre.
I might need some of that beer, man, so I can get a winning streak going.
Get you off the schneid you're on. What's going on, man? Last year you were doing well.
These teams forgot that I was betting on them. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Or betting against them, too.
Yeah, it's that damn NFL script, It came out. They said, Dre, you can't win.
Well, this week I have my lucky Riley Wildcat t-shirt on. This is my old high school.
Okay.
So this might help. James Whitcomb Riley, South Bend, Indiana. Yeah, check us out. We've been good.
I won't rep the Clintondale Dragons at any point in my life ever again.
You guys were the Dragons? I like that. Sure.
Yeah, we were cold. Good times, class of 2013. Shout out. MSU, class of 17. Also shout out. But we ain't here to discuss that. We're here to discuss ball. As always.
Well, I did do good on my first lock. That was at under 38.5. I think it was Atlanta, Tampa. I was excited for that one. I was like, let it go.
Yeah, also, Tampa Bay.
But Tampa Bay lost the game.
Bad game.
Yeah, I thought they'd win that game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Atlanta, for some reason, the quarterback looked better in that game. He played pretty good. I know Bijan got hurt.
He was not hurt. He was sick. He had the sniffles, guys.
Okay. I thought that was a straight up dub for Tampa, but I guess they probably had to change things up or whatever.
Yeah,
for whatever reason they lost.
Yeah, I wish, folks. I'm gonna be transparent. Haven't watched as much ball as I usually do each year, and that's not a bad thing, especially when I'm winning. So had a real good week. Told you guys about U of M with they cheating asses. They're going to keep winning games. I'm telling you. Ride that one out. However, and then, Minnesota. Nice hit. Baltimore. Told you guys. Lions were due. Pittsburgh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Tampa Bay, not so much. Philly. Miami's time was up. So, It is what it is. We'll go to Thursday night. Man, it's the Buffalo Bills hosting Tampa Bay. Two teams that majorly disappointed last week. Buffalo, an 8.5-point home favorite, under over 42.5. I don't know how I bet either of these teams. I don't want to bet it, but I'm also a Bills fan, a Tampa fan, a Thursday fanatic, 5-1-1 over the year. Check out the picks. They're there. Being transparent. I win on Thursdays. My lean here is clearly Buffalo. It's not changing. I don't think I've picked against them once this year, where I've picked against the Lions a couple times. Successful once.
Right.
Not so successful the other. But for me, Bucks don't fucking cover, following division games. They've lost their last 7 following a division game and not covered.
Right.
I just think the pass offense, for the Bills, too, should be too much for a Tampa team that's given up about 287 yards a game, through the air. And then, pressure rate, too. Bills have one of the better pressure rates in the league, despite the injuries, even though Baker Mayfield has had remarkable numbers under pressure, but he doesn't get much of it. What are your thoughts on the game? Because I can see this being a Tampa spot, but just not in my mind.
No, I think the Bills, I'm going to say, They don't have to bounce back, but they have to recover from their woes, from their injury woes, I believe. And, this is the perfect game to do it. Tampa Bay is 2-0, ATS on the road, okay? But, you're talking going into Buffalo, a night game, of course. You have to travel to New York. I don't know how the weather is going to be. It's probably going to be okay, but it's just going to be a little bit different. And it's on Thursday, so it's a short week for Tampa Bay.
Short week for everyone, both teams, yeah.
But I got to give the Bills the advantage just because they're at home. They've dropped 2 of the last 3. Okay.
Yeah, and they've not looked right.
They have not looked
right.
You're right.
Jacksonville, slow start, couldn't win.
Yeah.
Really lucked out against New York. And then last week, I didn't really see much of the game. It looked like there was, it looked like they came out another slow start. I think they've scored 10 points in the first half of the last 3 games combined. It's been ugly. They have to get out to a quick start.
Yes, I agree with that.
And we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I mean.
Well, they've covered 2 of their 3 home games this season. So that kind of works in their favor. Yeah. But they like you told me, they have to get off the schneid.
Yeah.
And start playing better football. And I think this could be the cure.
Yeah, it's weird too. They always have to get like 10-point spots at home. Like I guess the metrics always really like Buffalo and their team, even though half their team. Dawson Knox now injured for the year. You lost Trey White. You lost Daquan Jones. You lost Matt Milano. I mean, the list it's starting to pile on for this team, and
they have to make a move. Before the trade deadline. This
is one of the teams that has to make a move.
Yes.
If not multiple. So, lock it in for me, because I'm gonna bet this game regardless, folks. You can just put that on my little list. Winner L. 13-6 on the year in locks, by the way. I've been giving you guys winners.
I'm not gonna lock it in, but I'm leaning Bills.
Okay.
No, what do you have it? Is it 8 or 8.5?
Seeing 8.5. I'm fine with it. They should win by double digits. It's that or something seriously wrong, and my Super Bowl future of them is dead.
Did you like that in the Super Bowl for them?
Yeah, I bet it at 10-1 like a while ago.
Okay, all right. All is not dead yet, though. I mean, we're just in almost half season.
Might be time to double down if there's a 15 out there.
Right.
Let's go to America's Game of the Week. I want to say this is a 1 p.m. start. It could be a 4 p.m., but I don't know. Dallas is weird. Dallas hosting the Rams. Dallas is 6-point favorite. Same applies for me with this team every single week. Fuck the Rams. I don't care. They have, even though they've covered their last 7 of 8 following a loss, well, it's time to go in the opposite direction, in my opinion. That's really all I got. Dallas off the bye. Rams, disappointing loss, missed 3 field goals, got rid of their kicker, could have special teams issues. What are your thoughts?
I'm taking the Rams. +6, man. I think Aaron Donald is going to go crazy in this game. Dallas is coming off of a bye, feeling good too. They won the game before the bye, but Rams play better away from home for some reason. I think Stafford has got it going with his receivers. Now, I didn't know Kyron had gotten hurt the week before.
He's
on IR.
Yeah, he gone.
That hurts. You know what I mean? But I think. What I want to say here, I think they're more of a passing team anyway. I mean, they set the pass up with the run a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be a factor in this one because I don't think Dallas's secondary is great like their front, 4.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't you think like their front 7 would generate enough pressure for them to succeed in this game? I think the Rams have held up on the offensive line side of the ball, but
I think they have too.
I mean, Micah Parsons is just unreal. He's like a legit game changer in this scenario. That's what scares me. Week of rest.
I've seen inconsistencies too from him though in the past. In this whole season.
But we could say that about any team that's almost a whataboutism, where it's like, but what about the Bills? They've been bad, but we like them. And, what about San Francisco? They just gave up 2 stinkers. Like
they have, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, at any given moment, the Rams could get them. I just think I'm not saying the Rams was going to win, but I think they cover this.
Cover 6.
Yes.
Not for me, guys. Not for me. Give me Dallas. Also, that under over 45. Probably slam the over.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Let's go to a game I have no notes on, but that's fine. We'll talk about it for a quick minute. Minnesota, after winning in some real nice fashion at home last night, going to enemy territory in Green Bay. They're a 1-point dog in this game, under over 43.5.
What do you think about that spread? 1 point.
That's ugly. Like, what do you think? Like, I'm still on Minnesota.
I'm on Minnesota too.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
I
ride
don't
it.
trust Green Bay anymore, man. I don't think Jordan Love, is that it player right now. He could very well be in the future, but right now I think things are moving a little too fast for him. I like Minnesota. I know they came off of an emotional win. Maybe that's why the spread is really low. But come on, man, it's no way I can go in for Green Bay. Even at them being at home too.
Yeah,
can't do it right now.
That's what's weird to me. I guess this line might be indicative of Aaron Jones and Watson playing.
True.
Like,
yeah. Well, Aaron Jones played last week too, though. I believe.
did he?
Yeah.
Okay, I've no idea. I've been a little lost in the ball, but
well, it wasn't a factor.
yeah, no one was watching that game, by the way, as I told you earlier. Even though I gave you some great advice, take Denver when everyone's betting Green Bay.
Yeah.
Hard place to play, just a very hard place, and so is Lambeau, and that's why the line might be that. But for me, I have to ride this team also. Yeah, I would rather have Green Bay win for the Lions' sake.
True, that's true.
Put both those teams at 3-5, and then the Lions might be at 6-2 going into a bye. But this is reality I'm in, and the reality is I think Minnesota's a better team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even without Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Not a factor.
I don't
really
think
like that.
Jordan Addison's the man, obviously.
Yeah, he had a great game yesterday. Great.
Except
game.
like the first throw. One of the first passes of the game went off his hands. It was a pick, right?
That was crazy.
Yeah, not the best, but they bounced back, man. They were resilient.
Yeah. I was quite surprised by them.
Yeah, Kirk threw all over them. I think that turnover by McCaffrey really changed the game, too, because it was like, oh, we turned the ball over.
Yeah, I was surprised.
And then they turned
that
it
he
right back over, and it was like, okay, we're back in business.
Right, yeah. It was an interesting game to watch.
But yeah, this is a big game for, people who are fans of the Lions and or bet that Lions division.
Yeah, that's another factor, too. This is a divisional game. Minnesota knows how important this game is. I think Green Bay is always going to be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, Minnesota's played such a hard schedule, too. It's hard for me to justify, them being a dog in this game.
Right. I understand.
I just don't get it. To me, Minnesota all day.
I got that one, too.
All right. We'll talk about Atlanta and Tennessee for just a minute, because I hate both of these teams. I hate betting both of these teams. I think they're just... I'm not betting them gun to my head even. Just shoot me. Tennessee hosts Atlanta coming off the bye. They're 2.5-point home favorites under over 37. Falcons are very bad on the road. They just historically the last year have not won games on the road. And then Vrabel as a home dog, it's at a 70% clip he hits at. So my lean there, Tennessee. Give me the 2.5.
I got Atlanta. The AT Aliens.
Ah.
And only because, Tannehill is hurt. I don't think he's going to play this week. And, we know how we both feel about Tannehill and probably the whole world.
Yeah, they said, it's going to be Malik Willis and Levis possibly together. I don't even care about that. I think Tannehill's garbage.
He's been garbage. But I think Malik Willis is garbage, too.
Will Levis, also trash.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder had a good game last week. I'm not saying that's going to keep going, like that, but I mean, he played pretty well.
He's lucky he plays such a bad secondary this week. That just traded their I don't know if he's a star. Kevin Byard did go to the Eagles as of yesterday.
Yeah, I read about
they got
that.
Terrell Edmonds out of it, but I don't know.
Well,
what the swap and the equity there is, player for player.
Well, nonetheless, it gave him confidence.
Yeah.
So he can come into this game feeling good about himself, with his chest out or whatever. Bijan will be back from his illness. So he may, just run all over Tennessee.
They got good rushing defense. I'll just put it that way.
They do. They do. But I can't go with Tennessee anymore. They have killed me this season. They're one of the reasons my record is the way it is, man, because they have not came through for me. So they're like the plague for me right now.
Yeah, if I could just pass on this game totally, I would.
I'm not betting it.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles and the lean, I'm going Atlanta.
There we go. All right, let's move it to New Orleans on the road at Indianapolis. Indy, a 1.5-point home dog. All right, Dre, you tell me this is an interesting game. I have no reason to believe that. So let me know why.
Well, only because it seems like the Colts play to their competition. So I'm saying it's probably going to be a close game. I like Minshew, man. Minshew is interesting. He's kind of exciting to me.
Well, he's a starter. Like, he's a starter on,
Yeah.
like, 10 teams.
You're right. Jonathan Taylor is back. I mean, that's good for you. You're a fan of football,
Travis plus Taylor equals love.
right? You know?
I
mean,
no, I don't
Colts-
have Jordan Love.
Right. I mean, thank God you don't.
I should start him, actually. Or no, I'm starting Josh Allen, sorry.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. I got the Colts in this one. Like I said, Minshew has played pretty good. They're at home. They played better offensively last game. Their 7 holds up too. I mean, they have a pretty good defensive line.
Yeah. Except last week, obviously giving up the
was
39 to PJ Walker.
But that was their secondary. They didn't put enough pressure on them either. A good point there.
Wish I watched any of that.
I was watching some of it, but I didn't concentrate on it.
Yeah, I was carving pumpkins with the family.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's almost Halloween-y time.
Yeah, dude, I carved 2 pumpkins in less than 12 hours. One with my family, one with Miranda's. Really
there you
nice
go.
pumpkins.
Did you take pics?
Yeah.
Somebody did, probably.
Someone did. Someone's got them. Miranda's one she did, and my mom's was really good. So.
Hey, I like pumpkins, man.
Yeah, I think that's. Rand might be cooking the seeds actually right now. Now that I think about it, because I think I smelled something earlier.
Okay. All right.
So,
yeah.
I got that to look forward to after this.
Eat
I
some
can
seeds
edit it.
with your beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna order some food too. So.
There you go.
Oh,
I think the
tell her.
Colts win this game. New Orleans could have some success in the air, though. Playing against the Colts secondary. But David Carr is not that great, man. He has not made the Saints better, in my opinion, at all this season. Okay.
I bet that game on Thursday too, man. I had
Did you?
FOMO and I was like, it's the Saints' time. I don't know. The line, like, there's a time or two every year I'll bet a game just because I'm like, that line is so weird, it has to be that.
Right.
And then, of course, it's not. And then I'm sitting there like, why the fuck did I bet that?
New Orleans is not that great to me. I mean, their defense holds up sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, but at times when they need to hold up, not so much. I'm fading the Saints all year.
Yeah, it's like I mean, they've only covered one game and so far this year. Mm-hmm. That's the reason I have them. Other than that, it's a big pass for me, this game. I have no real interest in watching. Obviously, you have interest because the hometown.
A little bit,
It'll probably be on a screen or two. If it depends on how many games you got on
True.
Sunday, But yeah, pass for me. Anything else on this? Maybe
I'm just taking the Colts. That's a lean for me. I'm not going to bet
Jonathan Taylor anytime tutty. Plus 120.
Hey, he's officially back, man.
Yeah,
he got 18 carries for 75 yards last week.
Yeah. I think he had a touchdown as well.
And a touch. Hey.
I think so, yeah.
He got paid, too. He's paid
He's
now,
paid
so,
man, so
right.
got to go earn it.
Right.
All right, let's go to a little bit of this isn't that great of a game either, but I think it has fun implications. New England on the road at Miami, under over 47. New England a 9.5-point road dog. Miami getting the Buffalo treatment as a home team. They've been basically covering every 10-point spread there is.
Yes.
Is there a reason for me to believe otherwise?
No. I think they cover. They're at home again, They play well at home. This is a divisional game. They've covered in 6 straight against New England.
Damn.
Why not 7? And they're coming off of New England is coming off of an emotional win. So
yeah, number 300.
Number 300 for
301's a big number too. I don't know.
It is.
I don't even think Belichick was like realized he won 300 games. He's probably just like, oh,
it's
okay,
another game, right?
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm not fired yet.
Right. And people are saying he's on the hot seat. Who knows?
I think he is.
I think he should be.
It'll be the Brandon Staley treatment, or who was the coach of the Chargers before that? That they let him coach the whole year. Anthony Lynn.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's like they'll let you go at the end of the year and say, oh, thank you for everything. But
Goodness.
for me,
Wow.
I think New England's the play here. 9.5. Just big numbers. Like Miami cannot keep putting the smack on teams. I can see it as a 7-point game. And New England's got a lot to figure out still. I mean, because effectively, if they lose, their season's over.
Yes.
2-6. I mean, your playoff odds at that point are about 2%, 1%. It's over. And they already feel like it's probably over.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I lean New England. Not a bet by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm going with the Dolphins, and this may be a lock for me. I'm just going with, this is just they're the better team. I mean, I know they're going through injuries too. They have a couple injuries, but I'm sorry, man. They're at home. They know they have to, they kind of got Buffalo on the ropes right now too, a little bit. Even though they always lose to them, but as far as like winning the division, there's a chance. So they got to keep winning games.
They're like the favorites now. If you look at the books, look at their schedules ahead too. Miami has a much easier schedule than Buffalo going down the line. Mm-hmm. And they're rightfully the favorite of the division because, like I said, that Buffalo has like a hell stretch coming up where they got to play like Cincinnati, the Eagles, and the Chiefs all like back to back to back, all on the road too.
Tough.
That sucks.
This may be a lock for me, but I'll let you guys know. But I definitely rolling with the Dolphins on this one.
Lean New England here. I just think you can't cover every game in existence. Let's go ahead and go to the Battle of Jersey. The Giants hosting the Jets, even though they're in the same stadium. They play the same stadium. I guess they should just split the stadium in half. One Giants, one Jets. Call it a home game for both of them.
So
and then make them both
Clippers,
play London.
They're doing a Clippers-Lakers type of thing.
Yeah, do they do that in the?
I thought
the crypto arena.
Yeah.
Did they change the name of that?
Well, no. You talking about the Lakers?
Yeah, isn't it
Staples Center? I thought.
Which one's Crypto Arena?
Crypto, I think, is the Clippers thing.
Yeah.
Did they build a stadium for them? Maybe they did.
No, they
it's
still played the same
right?
place. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Crypto. I thought it was
they
Crypto Arena.
Crypto.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Everyone.
This is when things get out of hand with these, naming the stadiums.
Yeah, over a scam. That's the best part.
Exactly.
And then they refuse to change it. I don't know if it's still that, but I'll just speculate. NBA starts tonight, guys.
Hey,
maybe we'll see when the Chiron of the stadium shows up.
Right. Lakers Denver tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Take the Lakers.
See, here we go. I took the Nuggets.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, you might want to bet against what I have to say. I don't know shit about basketball, but yeah. Giants hosting the Jets, vice versa, whatever you want to call it. 2.5-point favorites are the Jets. Under/over's like 37 in this game or something silly.
Yep. I got it at 36.
I have nothing to give you besides, I guess the Jets are back.
3-3.
3-3. You go 4-3 here. You can make a run.
You can make a run.
Aaron Rodgers reportedly coming back in 3 months.
I'd like to see that. Sure, I would love to see that.
I'd love to see him running around with a torn Achilles. That sounds fucking great.
Right. You need to sit down and shut the hell up until next season. And just watch. Maybe give some advice.
Yeah, get off. He's probably off the juice on Pat McAfee. Would be my guess. He gets paid probably a ton of money to go on that show, and I don't know a single soul who watches that.
Right.
I don't even know who watches ESPN anymore, unless you watch Around the Horn or it?
Guaranteed, they've lost a lot
PTI.
of viewership, man. ESPN
Yeah, they
has.
suck.
They've gotten rid of a lot of good people too, man.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you got rid of that many people?
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, I like the Jets in this. I think, like you said, they know that they're back in the business if they can win this game. Their defense travels. Okay, so that's primarily why I'm taking
But it's a home game. It's a home, so they're good. So technically, it's a home game. They're even better at home.
Technically, it is, but they got the Giants as being home though.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And the Jets
be
are coming off of a bye week, so they're well rested.
True.
You know, they're 4-2 ATS too, by the way.
Yeah, they cover games.
So they cover games. So I'm going with the Jets. This is just a lane. I probably won't put anything on this.
Yep, lean for me as well. Give me the Jumbo Jets.
One
to get
last
to 4-3.
thing, too. The Giants have lost 7 straight as underdogs against the AFC East.
Damn. Stemming from last year when they were a much different team, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even then, I don't know. They're middling.
I mean, they made the playoffs last season.
That's just a trend, I guess. So
Yeah.
time to break that. All right, let's go to a game that has major record implications, seeding implications, division implications. Got Jacksonville going on the road at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, a 2.5-point home dog, under over 42. I'm just going to keep rocking with my boys in Pittsburgh. 2.5 seems lax. However, Jacksonville is a wagon covering on the road. I believe they've covered their last 7 on the road, but they do not cover at home.
Well, I thought this was in Pittsburgh.
This is in Pittsburgh.
Okay, you just
That's
said
what
it.
I'm
I got
saying.
you.
Yeah, on the road they cover on the road, so that's what's scary. And obviously last week again, went on the road and covered. But Steelers also have won their last 7 of 8 as dogs. So, Tomlin gets his boys ready to go. I think their team is still fairly underrated. And I think they can take advantage of a passing defense in Jacksonville. That's lackluster. They give up that like 4th most, yards per game in the air. Good for someone like Kenny Pickett. That's not too good.
True. For me, I'm taking Pittsburgh as well. I love Pittsburgh as underdogs.
I just like them this year betting wise.
Oh my God, Tomlin gets these boys ready to play, man. No matter what. I mean, their offense struggles, but he gets them ready to play. They make plays when they need to make plays as underdogs.
Yeah.
But let's keep it real though. Jacksonville is 5-2 ATS. They are on a 4-game winning streak. Okay. They're saying Pitt gives up 21.1 points per game this season. So their defense isn't, typical Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Okay. But like I said, when it's time, to make a play, they seem to be there, especially as underdogs. So I'm going with Pitt.
Love their defense. I really do. It's just, but the problem, I think the main, and it's always, this is just like a cliche. It's like, it's one in between the lines. Man, that offensive line has to do something because Jacksonville's rush defense has been awesome this year.
Yes, truly.
They're top 5 in the league at stopping the run.
So would you say Pittsburgh is one of those teams that needs to do something before the trade deadline as well?
Go and pick up, if you could go
lineman.
pick up a tackle, that would be a real plus. Or a guard. Shit, maybe a running back. Is Najee cooked?
He scored last week. He scored a touch.
Yeah, he did.
He did his dance in the end zone.
I won that bet because of him. So shout out to him.
Right. It's hard to say. I mean, anybody can be cooked if your offensive line is not good. Okay, you're not going to look as good.
That's true. It's just for me, they just get into dogfights every single week, and when lines are at like 2.5, I tend to lean the dog for whatever reason in these games. And I'm not saying that's like something I live by, but like 60-40, I'll go with the points.
Okay.
I just think that's like Vegas trying to tip you off, like, hey, we know everyone's betting this side, but nudge, nudge,
Well, this is going to be a hard one for people because we know Jacksonville does cover, but we know Pitt covers too as underdog.
What I'm saying, like everything we just described. That's what's fun about it. It's like, well,
I wonder where the money is. Realistically, you know what I mean?
We'll find out on Sunday. However, we got like 8 more games to go over, so we'll keep it pushing. Let's go to my Washington Commandos hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. They are 7-point road favorites against my Commandos, under over 43.5.
Woo.
Okay, I guess my question to you, Dre, has to be, Why is Washington only a 6.5, or I guess it's 7 points right now? 7-point home, dog when they couldn't even beat New York last week. And I told everyone on the pod, New York owns those guys.
I believe because they played Philly really close last game. They should have won, actually.
Should have.
It
Should
was
have, could have, would have, and then that
yeah.
spiraled, and they lost 2 in a row.
It was an OT game, so that's why that's really this close. I mean, that type of spread. What do you think about the game? I'll let you go first on this one.
Man, I've watched this matchup too many times in my life to be like, and bet Washington in most of these spots.
That's your team.
They just let me down so much, man. And
Not dealing with them now?
no, I'm going to fade them again, just like I did last week. It's just on the principle of like, well, this is a lot better team with a bit of momentum beating, one of the perceived top 5 teams in the league in Miami. And not just beating them pretty, they beat them outright. Had a lot of money on them too, so shout out to Philly. Helped me out. And I just can see it being one of those games where it just goes off the rails and it's 21-0 at half. Howell, people are thinking it's Brissett time. I wouldn't give up on Howell. Rookies are going to do rookie things.
Yeah.
It's the same with Jordan Love. It's the same. We haven't seen Bryce Young. CJ Stroud will probably have his, failures as a young quarterback. Kenny Pickett last year, these guys are young.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Jalen Hurts, the tush push, the brotherly shove. Hasn't been stopped yet, I don't think. I think I've seen at least 4 of those again. Every 4th and 1, they'll do it at their own 30-yard line. I love it. I have no problem with it.
I think Philly has learned. Hopefully, they have learned from the last, when they played them before.
That too.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles are 3-1 ATS as road favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I see that continuing. I'm taking Philly, by the way, too. I just think the Commanders have been a ball of inconsistency this year, so I really don't know who the hell they are.
I wish I could tell you.
It's your team. Tell me something.
They got smoked by Buffalo. They showed up against Philly.
They did.
They lost to the Giants. They went to shootout with Denver. Like, they're a weird team. They're just... and they almost lost to Arizona. Like, they're a weird team.
They are weird. And I'm loving this spread, kind of, because it's... I have it at 6.5.
Yeah, I've seen it go to 7. If you get a 6.5, get it.
Yeah. I see this being maybe a 10-point game, maybe.
Yeah.
Double digits, maybe.
Yeah. They want revenge, I think, for the first time around. And
this might be a lock for me too. I like Philly, and Philly knows they got to start playing. I mean, although they're 6-1, it's a kind of a. I'm not gonna say a Minnesota 6-1 from last season, but close. But like, okay, y'all won, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're still a Super Bowl contender in my opinion.
Yeah, based off the talent level, their experience.
I love the coaching. Like I said, when you're able to run the ball like that, it's so fun to watch it. Like, I love just heavy running teams. Nothing gets me going more.
You know what? Another point, too, is I think when they lost to the Jets and how they lost, that probably put things in perspective for them, too, as well. Like, we got to do something. We got to do better than what we're doing. Although this is our first loss. It's an eye-opener for them. So I think they whip on the Commanders. I really do believe that.
Yeah, my Commanders season probably over. We're going to lean Philly. Maybe it's a bet.
Let's not forget, this is a division game, too.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, if they get to 4-4, that's nice. Or, yeah, I think they're 3-4 right now, so it'd be nice. But I highly doubt it. I think they've overperformed even for their team. I think Washington might win 7 this year. Be nice. But yeah, the division hope's probably dead. You can cash out on that for whatever it's worth at this point. Let's just go to a game that I have nothing on besides it'll hit eventually. Carolina Panthers hosting Houston. They're a 3-point home dog And yeah, you got pick number 1 versus picks 2 and 3 in this game. And yeah, as I just said, it's gonna hit eventually. They can't not cover a game. Like Vegas,
That's what I'm thinking too.
Vegas doesn't want them not to cover at all. They're gonna cover this game. They're gonna win this game.
Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know if I go and bet it, but I think they win this game.
You know what? And I thought about that too. Like, can they, they can't continue to lose.
They can't.
This probably would be their best opportunity of winning a game. Not that Houston is a bad team.
Okay,
but
they could beat someone in their division, whether Tampa Bay. Like, their division is, like, they can play to that competition.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like, they can play to the Bucks. They can play to the Saints. Like, if the defense shows up, yeah.
Well, this is the thing, though, man. Houston's okay to me, though. You know what I mean? Houston's not a bad team.
No, they're on the cusp.
C.J. Stroud is playing pretty good. He was a little suspect a little bit last week. Not good, not bad, but kind of even kill.
But how much do you trust it going down the line? Like,
I know that's what I'm saying. I mean,
especially as a favorite on the road, like.
Yeah, that's.
I know Panthers have struggled like mightily, but.
Yeah.
This should be close to a pick 'em in my opinion. Just give me the points.
I know. One thing, Texans are 2-1 ATS on the road. Keep that in mind. But I think this would be the best chance for Carolina to get a victory or just cover the spread. You're right. I mean, it should be a pick 'em, really.
Yeah, they don't want to give the Bears that pick, man. They really don't want to give them 1 and 2. I mean, the Bears have won again, but.
Well, what opens my eyes up to is that both teams had byes. So both teams had a chance to prepare for each other. So this probably should be a pick 'em.
Yeah. Maybe the defense got a little healthier in Carolina. I mean, they lost like half their corners.
Yeah.
It's never fun.
And maybe Bryce, with the bye week, maybe the practice and everything, maybe he can see another receiver that he can go to other than Thielen. He's been
number 1 receiver in the league.
Right. Former Minnesota wide.
Oh man, there's a reason.
I like him too, though,
oh man, that's one of my favorite guys right there. Mm-hmm. I love him.
He's so consistent, man.
A master at the, second and goal from the 5, just a little quick out.
Right.
Just always. He was always. I remember, and it's kind of indicative of my fantasy football team right now. I remember, like, my first couple picks being, like, Thielen and Hopkins way back maybe 7 years ago. And here I am again with Thielen and Hopkins still on my team, possibly starting both of these guys. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, not great.
Great. I was saying Hopkins been real quiet.
I can start Thielen any week at this point. I picked him up off waivers, though. So.
Okay, well, Thielen probably, he's going to put up numbers because...
Garbage time, yeah. And again, if you're 0-6, he ain't got nothing to lose. Just keep throwing that fucking rock.
I'm going with Carolina. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think they can cover. This is a 3-point spread right here, man.
For all these games this week, not a lot of locks for me. They're all going to come from, I'll just spoil it now. They will come from primetime games this week. So,
oh boy.
Spoil that now if you've listened this far. Thank you again. Like, subscribe, all the normal stuff. However, let's move the chains and go to the 4 p.m. slate. We got Cleveland going on the road to Seattle. Seattle, a 3-point home favorite here. Where's Deshaun Watson? Is he starting soon? Does that affect the line? Do we grab this number now?
I'm going with Seattle. I mean, they got to travel they got to play in Seattle, which is really tough for a team like Cleveland because Cleveland is again, like a lot of other teams, they're very inconsistent. I don't know what the deal is with Deshaun Watson. I know their defense, can play good at times.
They just got shredded.
Right, exactly. So I think Seattle got something going on right now. You know what I mean? San Fran better watch their back too, like because they're playing pretty good football.
Yeah, they're creeping.
They're creeping, man.
It's not good.
It's not good at all because I got San Fran winning the division. I put some money on it. I need them to come through, but Seattle is playing good right now. So I got Seattle at 3. I wish it was under 3, but I'll take the 3. I got a little bit of confidence in Seattle.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think the 12th man is kind of bullshit. Like
Seattle, really?
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. But Browns haven't covered following a win in their last 6. That might be indicative of why I'm leaning Seattle. But again, I can see them exposing these guys this week, especially through the air, just like Indy did.
Oh my goodness!
And maybe Metcalf comes back.
Exactly, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I had a buddy, the guy, Deuce. He was he started him in fantasy. I had no idea if he's healthy or not. I've been kind of like not paying too much attention to injury reports.
He's not.
And I guess he hasn't played in like 4 games, so I've had no idea.
Yeah, that can hurt them. But you know what? I'm going to give the coaching to Seattle, the better coaching. And
really?
That might be
I think
a factor.
Pete Carroll's awful.
I think Pete Carroll's a good
over Stefanski?
Yeah, I believe Pete Carroll. Because come on, anytime you can get Geno playing this fucking well,
he's
something.
like a hype guy. I don't know.
He is.
He's
but
I think Flavor Flav.
My goodness, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a Flavor
But
Flav.
I think people don't give him the credit that he deserves, though. Honestly, as a coach, as an NFL coach. He is a rah-rah guy, though.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, and he's not an X's and O's, guys. But hey, man, they win games. They go to the playoffs consistently. They've won Super Bowls, so
I like them.
I cannot hate on that. All right, let's just go along and run over this one real quick. This team's won 16 times in a row against their opponent. They play a guy named Mr. Unlimited this week. It's the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road to Denver. Denver an 8-point home favorite under over 46. Hot take here. The streak ends here. I got Denver winning this game, and I like the +8, of course. They cover against them most of the time. They didn't last time as half point, but yeah, I love me some Denver at home, man. It's just a different environment to play in.
I concur. I'm going to take Denver on this too. I'm not saying they're going to win. Hell no, they don't win this game. But
join the wagon.
I'm joining the wagon. Well, I'm not joining that wagon.
Circle the wagon.
I'm joining the spread wagon. They'll cover the spread, man. I mean, I don't think they win, but I love the spread too. Because I think this might be a touchdown game, if anything.
Yeah, like it'll come within like a point again.
Yeah,
I could see that.
But for no other reason is that Denver plays KC well, basically.
They do.
So that's all I got.
Sean Payton's fighting for his job already.
He is, man.
They won last week, man. 2-5, get to 3-5, a little momentum.
Well, what do you think about Russell Wilson? You think he's fighting for something, for like his?
He's been fine, man. It's the rest of the team. The rest of the team sucks, but they finally showed up last week. But it's Green Bay. It's not saying much.
Yeah, that's all I got for this game.
Yeah, I got Mr. Unlimited. Or I forgot his Subway fucking moniker, but that shit, the Danger Witch.
We haven't seen many of those Subway commercials. This
that got pulled. Yeah, that got pulled on me. Yeah, the Danger Witch, no more.
My goodness, and that's what I mean. Like his legacy. Don't you think that he's playing for his legacy right now?
No,
Mr. Wilson.
He's already won a Super Bowl.
True, but gosh, he gonna go out like Willie Lump Lump.
He's going out a sad Danger Witch. And with that, he'll cover this game, and I think he wins this game for whatever fucking reason.
Hey, that'll help his legacy.
Let's go to another game. Baltimore on the road to Arizona. Baltimore, I believe, is an 8-point favorite at this point, under over 43. Who you got?
I got Arizona, man. Plus 8.5. I'm going with them just because Baltimore is coming off an emotional win. I think Baltimore probably is going to hedge back a little bit, not take this game as serious as the last game. I don't know. I just got a feeling, that Arizona covers this game. They will not win, okay, but I think they cover.
It's the emotion. It's emotional win letdown week for Dre over here. He's over here like
I'm throwing him out there.
He said, "Fuck that. They're not doing it. Fuck these teams." But if you come off an emotional loss, you're winning. So
right, true.
San Francisco winning. For me, Baltimore, easy. I think Arizona's done. Again, they started out hot. They won their one game. They don't have to do anything the rest of the year. They'll get the number 1 pick if all goes well. It's a lot of points. I can see it being a 3-point game. Obviously, it's a no bet for me as of now, but yeah, I'm there with you. I could see it being close, but it's the NFL. That's kind of like, but you gotta bet better teams sometimes, like you said. It's like, I'm just gonna take the better team here. Have I done that? Here and there, I do. This time, I take the better team. I think Arizona's still the worst team in football. They just secretly, have that one big win where they made guys jump off of bridges.
Yeah.
And that's my take on that.
I can't argue with you on that though.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. All right. After that, let's just kind of hyper speed it here because I'd rather just get out of here. Even though these are fun games, I'm betting. San Francisco hosting Cincinnati. 5.5 point home favorites are the Niners. Over 45. This is just a clear. I have to take San Francisco coming out of the low spot. I believe you believe the same.
I do. San Fran is reeling right now. Reeling.
Yeah.
They're back at home. They get to home cooking. They're 3-0 ATS at home. I know Cincy is not a pushover. However, San Fran needs to get busy, and they know they need to get busy. I think they can apply pressure to Burrow. Burrow's been having that problem all year, so I think they can get to Burrow.
Is his calf better though? Because I think he's good. I think he's back at full health. That's what scares me in the game is
that's a good
them
point.
Making it a game.
And that's off of a bye, so he has to be more healthier than he's been. I'll say that. So that's something to think about. I mean, this is not going to be an easy game for San Fran, but I just have a feeling again. And I know San Fran's coming off of a short week, but I got to go with San Fran. The spread too is weird.
Yeah, it almost begs you to take Cincinnati, especially the 5.5 hell number. That's what's scary to me.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran.
Yeah, San Francisco for me as well here. I think they're begging you to take Cincinnati with the number there, but I ain't falling for it. San Francisco is finally gonna, after 2 weeks of letting everyone down, I think they're back.
Which they did.
And they'll be back in a big way. And then Cincinnati, I was looking at their schedule, man. They got a ringer to go through, too. If they win 10 games, which I think they will,
okay,
somehow, some way, they'll make playoffs and then be a scary team to play.
So you don't think this game is going to be a win then, maybe? I mean, if they
got
to win in 10.
Yeah, they'll lose this one and lose 3 more. They got a really tough schedule ahead. Right. First place schedules, man. They got to play everyone. Except the Chiefs for some reason. I feel like their schedule. Seriously.
Well, you know what?
Who the fuck have the Chiefs played?
And who are they going to play? I haven't looked at their schedule.
Played the Lions. They played the Vikings. They played the Chargers. They've played Denver twice now in the first 8 weeks.
Yeah. Well, they can't help it that division is not that great. Though.
Yeah.
They can't.
Both those divisions. I guess that's what. Yeah. They lucked out.
Yeah.
Real first place schedule, guys.
Only one loss, and that's to an NFC North team.
That's right. Opening night. All right. We're gonna go in the hurry up here. Chargers hosting the Bears on Sunday Night Football. This game should have got flexed. Chargers are 8.5 point favorites, over 46 at this point. I'm just going to tell you, this game should have got flexed, and I'm betting and locking in the Chargers.
Got to go with the Chargers, too. back at home, better team, better talent. That's all that can be said about that.
I feel like they compete with good teams at least. Like,
Yeah.
you can't say that for the Bears.
True. Yeah, good point. I just think that Herbert, because he didn't really have a good game last game, not really. I think he plays better. And
Yeah.
I think they just probably demolished Chicago.
Yeah. I think Field being out as well, like, does that have anything to do, like, his status right now, or does the line move further? Like, is it maybe grab this early, like, he broke his thumb. I think he's doubtful again. We're talking on a Tuesday, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to just be like, I can back Sargent against possibly the worst secondary in football, like, I get it. But again, they showed up against Dallas at home, made it a game. And they kept Mahomes to 31. That's about all you can ask for.
Yeah.
They didn't score in the second half. But can they score in the Bears? Fuck yeah, they can.
Right. I think they can too.
Yeah, I'm right there with that. It's just like they're going to score early and often.
Yes.
So we'll take it there. Let's just move to Monday night. The game us Michigan people have to watch, have to bet, have to talk about with your coworkers, have to tell your grandma, hey, the Lions might win, for the first time since you were about 40. And they play Vegas on a Monday night. I believe this is one of their last primetime games of the year, if not their last. They front-loaded them in the front half of the season. Maybe we get one flexed Sunday night. maybe
Right,
maybe put that game at a
Perhaps.
or the Minnesota
Maybe
will probably
Minnesota,
Minnesota
Yeah.
at the end of the year could get flexed.
No doubt.
But for me, bounce back time Detroit. What do you think?
It's a lock for me. It's a definite lock. I might take this early too. I may take it early, because it could go up. I just think Detroit's is gonna bounce back, man. They have not. They've always bounced back from in the past. I say what, 15, 13 games maybe.
Yeah.
They've only lost 2 or 3 anyway, but they usually bounce back. I think this team is very resilient. They're still very focused. I think the coaches understand, what needs to be done, and they learn too. So I think this is an easy bounce back for them. Yes, I'm locked down for me.
How Vegas has 3 wins is beyond me.
And Vegas sucks. So, yeah.
You know who else I think's gonna turn it around? You.
Yes,
My man's having a
will.
terrible year against the spread. I think he ends this week good. First half of the season, we're gonna wipe the slate.
it's all about the
It's the shirt.
Wildcats. I'm
It's
a
the
Wildcat. We're resilient. We always
Big
bounce back.
cat time. If he's locking it in, I'm locking it in with him. Microphone
And
falling
that,
over.
that was a bad omen, but we're good.
I don't care. I don't care. The show's over. Effectively, it's over. We're going to go over what we have for the week, what
Let's do
I'm
it.
doing for the weekend, and it's nothing. It's going to be catching up on rest. But for me, for week 8 of the NFL season, I got 3 locks. They're all prime time, and they're all covers. Give me the Bills on Thursday night, 8.5. Give me the Chargers Sunday night, 8.5. And give me the Lions on Monday at 8. I said it here, folks. They're all covering.
Okay, for me, definitely Detroit. That's a lock. Also, the Miami game. I'm really considering that 9.5. That may be a lock for me. I'll probably have one more lock, guys, but you gotta see what I do. So go to the former Twitter, please.
Yeah. If anyone goes on it, I haven't been really online as much lately, to be honest.
Hey, I got your back.
Welcome to getting older. You just use it for information. What are we providing? Information.
Yes.
And maybe as a third, we're a tertiary source for you. We're not this primary, like, this is my guy, but hey, follow and be like, hey, this guy's about 500. Maybe I think about this pick a little different. Might help you, might hurt you. Never know.
Hey,
Lock's been hitting, though.
sure enough. There's going to be some jams and some not so jams, but you gotta filter through that. Trust us.
We're gonna get you back to 500, Dre. That's the goal for the rest of the year.
I'm on a quest.
I'm about there. I'm right there. So we're gonna get you back. We're gonna not fumble the bag. So that's all, folks.
Do it.
Catch you next week, guys. We got about 10
Peace
more to
out.
go.
Yes.
And playoffs.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god. Long way to go. And more shows on top of that.
Right.
Oh, dude. It's over. All right. See y'all next time.
All right.